Hello students, today we are going to talk about operating system, its introduction. So what is operating system? It is a system software. It is a program that acts as interface between the software and the computer hardware. An operating system controls and monitors the execution of other programs and applications. Now, what are objectives of operating system? To manage and share the hardware, software resources of our computer system, to provide an interface for the users to communicate with the computer system, to be responsible for security, ensuring that unauthorized users do not access the system. Now, the components of operating system. The operating system has two components. First is shell, handles the interaction with users. Second is kernel, handles the interaction with hardware. Now, the shell. An interface to the operating system is called a shell. A shell provides a way for you to communicate with the operating system either interactively, input from the keyboard is acted upon immediately, or as a shell script. A shell script is a sequence of system commands that are stored in a file. Second is kernel. Kernel is the core component of an operating system which acts as an interface between application and the data processing being performed at the hardware level. The kernel is responsible for performing the following tasks: input output management, memory management, process management for application execution, device management through the use of device drivers, system calls control. Now, what are the functions of operating system? First is processor management. An operating system manages the working of the processor by allocating various jobs to it. Second is memory management. An application system manages the sharing of internal memory among multiple applications. Device management. An operating system controls the working of all input and output devices and other peripheral devices. File management. An operating system keeps track of information regarding creation, deletion, transfer, copy, and storage of files in an organized way. Security. Protection against unauthorized access through login and password. Protection against intrusion by keeping the firewall active. Protecting against malicious access to system memory. Displaying messages related to system vulnerabilities. Now, error detection. From time to time, the operating system checks the system for any kind of external threat or malicious software activity. Job scheduling. In a multitasking operating system where multiple programs run at the same time, operating system determines which application should run in which order and how much time should be allocated for each application in turn. Now, the types of operating system. First is single user operating system. This operating system could support only one user at a time. Example: MS Windows 3.1, MS Windows 95, MS DOS. Graphical user interface. The user can do all operations by clicking on graphical symbol. Example: MS Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10. Single tasking operating system. It executes a single job program at a time. For example, MS-DOS. Multitasking operating system. The ability to perform more than one task at a time. Example, Unix, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and Windows 10. Multi-programming operating system. In this, several programs can be run at the same time through a time-sharing mechanism. Example, Linux. Multi-user operating system allows more than one user to use computer at the same time. Example, Linux, Unix, MS Windows 2000, Windows 2000 was the first version of Windows which allowed us to create several user accounts on a single machine. Batch processing operating system. Similar types of tasks are grouped under one batch and then these tasks are executed without any user interruption. For example, MS-DOS. Multiprocessing operating system. It uses more than two CPU within a single computer. For example, Linux, Unix. Multi-threading operating system. These are the operating systems which allow different parts of an application or program to run simultaneously. For example, Windows, XP, Unix, and Linux. RTOS, real-time operating system. RTOS is designed to handle real-life scenarios and problems. For example, online reservation system, Windows CE. Distributed operating system. Distributed operating system runs on computers which are located in different geographical areas interconnected through a network. It allows all the linked machines to access data, software, and process tasks over the common network from different computers irrespective of their location on the globe. Microsoft Windows. Windows is an operating system that acts as an interface between the user and the computer. It has been developed by Microsoft and was introduced on November 20, 1985. Windows uses a graphical user interface GUI. The first version of Windows operating system was Windows 95. Version of MS Windows are Windows 98, Windows 2000, Windows ME, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10. Windows 10 released on 29 July 2015. Windows 11 is the latest version released on October 5, 2021. Microsoft announced Windows 365 availability to business and enterprise customers on August 2, 2021. Elements of Windows operating system. These are graphical user interface, icons, pictures, documents, application, program icons, etc. Taskbar, start button, Windows Explorer, mouse button, hardware compatibility, software compatibility, and help. Azure Virtual Desktop (AVD), formerly known as Windows Virtual Desktop (WVD), is a Microsoft Azure-based system for virtualizing its Windows operating system, providing virtualized desktops and applications in the cloud over the internet. It is aimed at enterprise customers rather than at individual users. WVD was first announced by Microsoft in September 2018, available as a public preview in March 2019 and generally available at the end of September 2019. The Windows Virtual Desktop client is available Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and HTML5 web browsers. DOS, Disk Operating System. MS-DOS is an operating system based on Character User Interface (CUI). It is a command-based operating system. MS-DOS was the first main operating system for IBM PC compatible personal computer during the 1980s. IBM licensed and re-released it in 1981 as PS-DOS 1.0 for use in its PCs. Features of DOS. It is a single-user system. It controls program and machine independence. It manages memory, files, input and output system. It provides command processing facilities. Types of DOS commands. First is internal commands. Commands such as del, copy, type, etc. are the internal commands that remain stored in computer memory. External commands. Commands like format, disk copy, etc. are the external commands and remain stored on the disk. These external commands are for performing as one task and they do not need some external file support as they are not stored in command.com. Batch commands or batch file. Batch files, which are text files that contain a list of internal or external commands which are executed in sequence when the batch file is executed. Autoexec.dat gets executed automatically on booting. Some internal commands in MS-DOS. First, cd, change directory or display current directory path. Second, date. This command is used to display the system current date setting and prompt you to enter a new date. CLS, clear the window. DIR, display list of contents of current directory. Type. This command is used to display the contents of a text file or files earlier using copy con command. 3. Graphically displays the directory structure of a drive or directory. MD or mkdir creates a directory. Time displays or set the system time. Copycon. It is used to create a file in the existing directory. Here CON is a device reserved word which stands for console. Copy. This command is useful in copying one or more files to another file or location. Ren. This command is used to change modify the name of a file or location. Del or erase, used to delete one or more files. RD or RMDIR, command removes or deletes a directory. There are two conditions to remove any directory. First is directory to be removed should be empty. We should be outside the directory when we are commanding to delete. Some external commands in MS-DOS. First is edit. This command is used to modify or change the data of a file. Xcopy. This command is used to copy files and directory trees from one disk to another disk. Label. It is used to create, change, or delete the volume label of a disk. Disk copy. This command copies the contents of one floppy from the source drive to a formatted or unformatted floppy disk in the destination drive. CHD disk. This command is used to check a disk or display a status report with properties of disk like serial number, volume label, memory, and other properties along with errors on the disk if any. Directory. This command is used to remove a directory along with its contents. Format. This command creates a new root directory and a file allocation table FAT for the disk. In order for MS-DOS to be able to use a new disk, you must use this command to format the disk. Backup. The backup command backs up one or more files from one disk to another. You can back up files onto either a hard disk or on a floppy disk. Restore. The restore command restores files that were backed up by using command ping. Ping, the specified internet ID address or hostname. Telnet, start a text-based telnet session to the specified host. FTP, file transfer protocol, to transfer files to from server. IP config displays internet configuration including ID address. Unix operating system. The Unix operating system is the earliest operating system developed in 1970s. It is an operating system that has multitasking features. It is Unix operating system. The Unix operating system is the earliest operating system developed in 1970s. It is an operating system that has multitasking features. It has a multi-user computer operating system. It runs practically on every sort of hardware and provides stimulus to the open source movement. It does not give notice or warn about the consequences of a user's action, whether user's action is right or wrong. Second is Linux operating system. It is open source as its source code is freely available. Linux was designed considering Unix compatibility. Components of Linux operating system. Linux operating system has primarily three components. First is kernel. Kernel is a core part of Linux. It is responsible for all major activities of this operating system. Kernel provides the required abstraction to hide low-level hardware details to system or application programs. System library. System libraries are special functions or programs using which application programs to system utilities access kernel's feature. They do not require kernel modules for access rights. System utility. System utility are responsible to do specialized individual level tasks. Features of Linux operating system. First is portable. Portable means software can work on different types of hardware. First is open source. Linux code is freely available. Third is multi-user. Multiple users can access system resources like memory, RAM, application program at same time. Multi-programming. Multiple applications can run at same time. Hierarchical file system. Linux provides a standard file structure in which system file user files are arranged. Shell. Linux has a CLI, command line interface. Security uses authentication features like password protection, controlled access to specific file, encryption of data. Architecture of Linux operating system. First is hardware layer, includes all peripheral devices, input, output, storage, CPU. Kernel, it is a core component of operating system, interfaces directly with hardware, provides low-level services to upper-layer components. Shell, it interfaces to kernel, hiding complexity of kernel's function from user. The shell takes command from the user and executes kernel functions. Utilities, utility program that provides the user most of the functionalities of an operating system. Types of files in Linux. First is ordinary file. These types of files are used for storing data, text, program, source code, executable codes, etc. Second is directory file. A directory file contains a list of files and subdirectories. Third is a special file. A special file is also called a device file. Special files can be classified as character device files and block device files. Character device files. Character device files handle data character by character. Terminals and filters are examples of character device files. Second is block device files. Block device files handle data in blocks. Disk, CD-ROM, tapes, floppy are examples of block device files. Hard link file. These files provide the security to a file with multiple names. Hard link files work only for files, not for directories. Symbolic link file. Symbolic link file is like hard link file, but it can work on different systems. The Linux directory structure is the root directory designed by the slash file name. Wildcard characters question mark will match any single character in their position in the file name. Wildcard card multiplication will match 0 or more characters in the name. Wildcard card square brackets will match any one of the given list in the given position in the name. Some basic commands used in Linux. First is. Use the is command to know what files are in the directory you are in. You can see all the hidden files between using the command is/a. Options and their meanings. Is I list all files and directories in long format. Is a list all files including those which start with a period. Is I small I List the one node number in the first column. Is F solve multi-column output across the screen? Is C display files in columns? Is R recursively list all directories and subdirectories? mkdir. Use the mkdir command when you need to create a folder or directory. rmdir. Used to delete an empty directory. rm to delete a directory containing files. man to know more about a command and how to use it. mb used to move files to the command line. cat to display the contents of a file. chmod used to make a file executable and to change the permission granted to it in Linux. pwd, when you first open the terminal, you are in the home directory of your user. To know which directory you are in. More, to display only one screen of information at a time. Head and tail. This command allows you to view either the file's beginning or its end. By default, the head command displays the first 10 lines of a file. The tail command displays the last 10 lines. Clear. Clears all text and leaves you with the dollar prompt at the top of the window. cd to move to a different directory. cp to copy an existing file into a new file. fd format to format a floppy disk or hard disk. tar, it creates a file that archives other files. The tar command has many options. First is C, create an archive. Second is X, restore the archive. Third is F, put the archive on a file or device. Fourth is T, to show the list of files. And fifth is V, verbose and list all it does. CPIO. CPIO command is also used for taking backup and restoring again, but it is more useful than TAR command. The CPIO command has many options. First is -I, taking input from device, -O, sending output to the device, and T, to show the list of files. LPR command used for printing your files. The LPR command has many options. -/n for giving the value of m, which indicate how many copies are printed. -p to select a printer. -w to set the width of a range. -l to set the length of a page. LPQ to give the printing command to more than one file at a time. And LPRM, this command is used for removing any file which is waiting for printer. Now, the Solaris operating system. Solaris operating system is a part of Unix operating system family. This operating system was originally developed by Sun Microsystems in 1992. Presently, it's known as Oracle Solaris. This Oracle Corporation overtook Sun in January 2010. It is a combination of both open source and closed source. BOS operating system. BOS, Bharat Operating System Solution, is a GNU Linux distribution developed by CTAC Chennai. It is a free open source software. BOS GNU Linux is a key deliverable of NRC-FOSS, National Resource Center for Free Source Software. Mobile operating system. Mobile operating system is also known as mobile OS. It is particularly designed to operate smartphones, PDAs, tablets, and other mobile devices. BlackBerry, RIM, Android, Google, iOS, Apple, Symbian, Nokia, Windows Mobile, Microsoft. Android operating system. It is an open source Linux-based platform initially developed by Android Inc. in October 2003 and later on purchased by Google Inc. in 2005. The green robot is the logo for the Android operating system. Symbian operating system. Symbian was originally developed by Symbian Limited and is currently maintained by Accenture. Symbian was primarily used by Nokia. Android overtook in the end of 2010 iOS. iOS is a mobile operating system developed by Apple. It was originally released in 2007 and is used to run the iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch. iOS 11.1.1 is its latest version, which was released on 9th July 2018. Windows Mobile Operating System. It is a mobile operating system developed by Microsoft for smartphones and mobile devices based on the Windows CE kernel. Example: Nokia Lumia 920, Samsung ATIV, and Windows Phone 8C by HTC. The latest version of Windows Mobile OS is Windows 10 Mobile. Important types of files with their default secondary name. These are: first is text file.txt, second command file.com, third is system file.sys, fourth is program file.brg, fifth is database file.dbm, sixth is library file.lib, seventh is bash file.bat, and eighth is executable file.exe. Ubuntu operating system. Ubuntu is a Linux-based operating system. The system is developed by a UK-based company called Canonical Limited. It is an open-source operating system software. Features of Ubuntu. The desktop version of Ubuntu supports all the normal software on Windows such as Firefox, Chrome, VLC, etc. It supports the Office suite called LibreOffice. Ubuntu has an inbuilt email software, Thunderbird, which gives the user access to emails such as Exchange, Gmail, Hotmail, etc. There are a host of free applications for users to view and edit photos. There are also applications to manage videos, and it allows the users to share videos. It is easy to find content on Ubuntu with the smart searching facility. It is a free operating system and is backed by a huge open source community. To download Ubuntu, use URL https www.ubuntu.com/download.desktop. The latest version of Ubuntu is Ubuntu 20.05 LTS for full FOSSA, which was released on April 23, 2020. The Ubuntu desktop appears on the left-hand side of the screen. Working with Windows operating system. Arrow key features allows you to quickly view the desktop without minimizing the open windows. Jump list feature, which takes us straight to the documents, pictures, songs, or website you recently visited. Snap is the quicker way to resize the open window. First screen of the computer is called desktop. Small graphic symbols displayed on the desktop are called icons. Taskbar is a long horizontal bar at the bottom of the desktop. Quick launch bar is present on the right side of the start button on the taskbar. The icons displayed on this bar help in quickly accessing programs application. The right side of the taskbar is known as notification area, which includes a clock and group of icons. Desktop button is present on the extreme right of the taskbar. Title bar is the horizontal bar at the top of the window displaying the name of current document and application. Minimize button with a small horizontal line is called minimize button. Clicking on the minimize button, you can reduce the window. Maximize button has a square on it. Clicking on it, Clicking on the maximize button enlarge the windows to its possible maximize size. Close button with a cross symbol. Clicking on the close button will close the application. Address bar is the horizontal bar located at the top of the window. The address bar shows the path of the current window. Frame is usually located above the contents of the window and it has both menu bar and toolbar. Menu bar contains all the menu commands of a particular application. In Windows, there are two types of scroll bar. Vertical scroll bar allows us to move screen up and down, and horizontal scroll bar allows us to move screen left and right. A status bar is a long horizontal bar present at the bottom of the window and displays information about the status of the contents in the window. When you open any application such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc., you will find two windows on the screen. The large window is called application window. The smaller window, which is inside the application window, is called the document window. This window is used for typing, editing, and formatting text. Windows Explorer is an application that provides detailed information about files, folders, and drives. You can use it to see how your files are organized and can copy, move, rename, and search for files and folders. Information on a computer is stored in the form of files. A file may include pictures, data, and even songs. A folder is like a container in which you can store similar types of files. A file system defines the ways in which files are named and when and where they are placed logically for storage and retrieval. You can view files and folders in these types: extra large and large icons, medium icons, small icons. This details styles and content. To create a new file, click on New or Ctrl plus N. To save a file, click on Save or Ctrl plus S. To create a new folder, right click from mouse, then click on New and then Folder. To rename a file folder, click File or Folder. Right click from mouse, click on Rename option or press F2 button from keyboard. To moving cut file or folder, select file folder, right click from mouse, then click on Move Cut option or place cursor in your disk location where you want to paste it, or Ctrl press X and Ctrl press V. To copying file or folder, select file or folder, right click from mouse, then click on copy option. Place cursor in your disk location where you want to paste it, or Ctrl press C and Ctrl press V. To delete a file or folder, select file or folder, right click from mouse, then click on delete option or press delete key from keyboard. To search file or folder, in search box option type file name and press enter key. To search files using wildcard characters, the wildcard character multiplier can be used to replace a string of text in a search term, and the wildcard cards question mark can be used in place of any single letter or symbol. Xbox 361 is the second video game console developed by Microsoft and the successor to Xbox. Xbox One X is the latest version of Xbox series. Vinod Dham is popularly known as the father of Pentium for his role in the development of Pentium processor. MSI GS65 Stealth Thin is the best gaming laptop. It is available with Intel Core i7-8750H GPU and NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 Max Q, RAM 16 GB DDR4 24,000 MHz, screen 15.6-inch FHD 1920 x 1080 wide view 144 Hz, storage 512 GB M.2 SSD. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer, the waste container icon of the recycle bin was first implemented during the development of the Apple Lisa user interface in 1982 when it was called the waste basket. Now our introduction to operating system is over. Thank you so much.